Hello everyone, welcome to the Beer Garden. This week we have Sarah back with in our show, and also along with Steve and Joe, we will be talking about this Wednesday's night race card at Happy Valley. On this Wednesday, the triple trio jackpot will be around 1.8 million Hong Kong dollars. So the estimated dividend will be 5 million Hong Kong dollar. It is not a huge one, but still big for me. So hopefully we can hit it. So let's talk about the first leg of the triple trio. That will be race 5. It is a class 4 race over 1,200 meters. Sarah, do you have your value bet here?
I do. I'm taking a shot, and I think I'm going to be singled out here with my pick. But I'm going to do 4 Spontaneous with Jerry Chow aboard this time. He's a very competitive horse, and he's won 3 times over this track and distance before. He's a really great horse, jumping out of barrier 8, which could be a bit tough for him because I think he wants to be a little bit more inside than kind of mid towards the out. But he comes in with great class. He's dropped to a class 4 in January, where he had just kind of a bumpy race, not the most impressive there, but he's really just shown what this horse can be. And I think that if Jerry keeps this horse engaged, we're going to see a really great performance out of him. So I am going to take him as my value bet as well in this race.
Yeah, that's quite an interesting horse, Spontaneous. I remember that last time out, both Steve and myself select him as our best bet. But Steve, are you going to select him again this time?
No, I've got fed up following Spontaneous, actually. I kind of, he'll probably win now that I've deserted him, but I went for number 2, triple, drawn 3. Not the greatest of strike rates, 2 from 27, but he's a nice horse on his day. Matthew Chadwick on board, and his 3rd last time to Killer Instinct was a nice run. And as I say, in drawn 3, it looks quite good. Spontaneous is interesting, and the handicap is starting to give him a chance now because he, of course, won 3 times last season, so his rating went up higher. And he's closely matched last time with the likes of Heavenly Thought and Natural Gold. They were 3rd, 4th and 5th last time. And of course, you've also got Zach Purton on an interesting horse in this race as well, who was Joyful Mood, 3rd on debut, could well go 2 better this time. But hopefully triple can start us off on a winning note.
Yes, I agree that triple is having quite a good chance in the first leg of the triple trio. And I'm guessing that, Joe, do you also like this horse as well?
Yeah, that's going to be hard to say. The triple and the triple trio. Yeah, triple and the triple trio. Yeah, draw number 3, horse number 2 with Matthew Chadwick. Safe selection. I think he's going to get into form now. And as what Steve mentioned, has a lot of form behind a lot of other horses like Carroll Street, Joyful Win, Harmony and Blessed, who've been winners as well. Pretty tough race. There is a debutant in the race, number 5, Flaming Eagle with Blake Shin, about $11 of the Australian market. I'd like to see that one go around the first time. But yeah, triple for me. I think the draw is going to suit him. Only has 2 wins, but I think he's getting into form right now at Happy Valley. And Matthew Chadwick still rise for him after 4 rides. So yeah, triple for me in the triple trio.
Yes, for me, actually, I also like number 2, triple as well, because he will be jumping from a good gate with good consistent form. So I think that just like Steve and Joe said, he is quite a good horse for our triple trio selection, or maybe he can be the banker in the first leg. So just a recap for race 5 for Sarah. She has her value bet here that will be number 4, Spontaneous, and Steve, Joe, and myself will also go for number 2, triple. So let's go to the second leg of the triple trio. That will be race 6, also a class 4 race over 1,200 meters. Sarah, do you have your best bet?
I do. I have the 1 Exponential. We got Herrera in the irons this time. We've had Jerry Chow the last 4 out of 5 races who did really well, but we get Herrera this time as Chow is taking the mount on Happy Fat Cat, which I do think Happy Fat Cat's really going to press Exponential here. It'll be a bit of a battle for the lead. I do think Exponential can get it and perform quite nicely. He's really matured into a really nice horse. He's constantly in, second, third, or fourth. We're looking to get this win here. He just needs a clean run. He always seems to get himself in a little bit of issues coming into the race, but I feel like Herrera is going to give him one heck of a ride. So my best bet is in this race, Exponential is the 1 horse.
Yeah, so for Sarah's best bet for Wednesday will be number one Exponential in race 6. This is a very consistent horse. He is very honest, and also it is interesting to see Joe Morera to be on board on Wednesday. And Steve, how about you? Who do you like?
I went for Smart Leader, number 7, drawn 10 under Karis Teeth, and I thought it was a difficult race. I really did. There's nothing I really liked. Thought Exponential was interesting if he can overcome gate 12. And Smart Leader's not exactly well drawn either in gate 10, but it's an interesting race. Melbourne Hall is a good horse, but never seems to win enough. Star of Rui's got a chance, but an excellent Pier steps up to 1,200 metres for the first time, but he's drawn in gate 11. So, and we've also got August Moon, who won 2 starts back. Matthew Chadwick on board. So I don't have a great deal of confidence behind Smart Leader, but he's nicely handicapped in what he used to be. So I'm going for him.
Yeah, I think so. Number 7, Smart Leader. I think that returning back to Happy Valley, this city circus is also suitable for him. And Joe, how about you? Who do you like?
I'm actually going with Common Room number 3 with Ruin Maya. The last race, I thought he was going to win at 100-1, and he almost did behind Gallup Waking. And then he has some form behind Golden Empires already, won twice in a row on 2 different jockeys. So yeah, Common Room, if he's going to be in mid-pack, I don't think the draw is going to be that too much of a concern. He's only drawn number 5. So I think he'll sit around mid-pack and then try to take a run at the leaders towards the stretch. Yeah, really tough race. Another debutant in the race as well, number 6, Happy Matador, who has some pretty good trials with Lyle Hewitson, but another one that I'd prefer to watch go around. So yeah, for me, number 3, Common Room.
Yes, I remember that last time out, Joe also mentioned about Common Room last time out, and he actually did very great. And this time he will also be jumping from a good draw, so quite a good chance again. And for me, I will go for Zach Purton's ride, number 11, Peak to Peak. This horse was always very close at Happy Valley last season, but he broke the maiden over 1,400 meters at Charene in November this season. And at that time, he was at the bottom rating of 44, so he bounced back. However, after that victory, he always drawn wide. And this time going back to Happy Valley, he will be jumping from gate 2. I hope that he can take advantage of the good draw. And also with Zach Purton on board, I will be confident on number 11, Peak to Peak. So just to recap, race 6, for Sarah has his best bet here. That will be race number 1, Exponential. For Steve, he likes number 7, Smart Leader. And for Joe, he likes number 3, Common Room. And for me, I like number 11, Peak to Peak. So let's jump to the final leg of the triple trio. Race 7, it is a class 4 race again, but it is over 1,650 meters. Sarah, who do you like?
I like the 7, Sparky Star with the Morera aboard. This horse is running this distance for the second time, in which last time in February, when he tried this distance out, he had an unbelievable run. He really just closed hard. He got a really tight 3rd place finish. I think we're going to see a lot out of him here. Again, running this distance. He has a deep closing move. He's improving so much. We get Morera aboard, which I just think he's going to learn how to gear this horse. He just needs to switch into that gear a bit sooner and coming into the stretch. And I think he'll get a nice win here. So I'm taking my chance. That is the 7 with Sparky Star.
I agree with Sarah because last time out, I select him as my best bet, and I'm also going to give him one more chance on Wednesday. But Steve, how about you? Who do you like?
I went for a proven winner in number 1, the top weight Nimbus, who's drawn nicely in gate 2. Ricky Yu trains. He's won from 7. His first try at Happy Valley, but I don't see a problem. He's won over this distance, and Harry Bentley has been on board all his starts this season. So hopefully Nimbus can win again for Ricky Yu.
Yes, right. Nimble Nimbus will be jumping from gate 2, which is quite ideal for him to lead. And also the trainer, Ricky Yu, is good at this kind of movement to move some horse from Charene to Happy Valley. He also have quite good results. So keep an eye on Nimble Nimbus. And how about you, Joe? Who do you like?
Yeah, I went with, this was a pretty, really competitive race. I went for a little bit of an outsider in number 8, Courageous Knight with Daniel Moore. I mean, look, he hasn't had a win yet. He's a 4-year-old, and they're trying different distances on him at the different tracks. So this is the second time around Happy Valley. So we're gonna see how he goes, but he wasn't that far off the winner, about 1.3 lengths from barrier 2, and he's drawn 4, so he's not that too much. The draw isn't that much of a concern. Still stays in the same rating, about 56 kilos as well. And it is a little tough for him. I think if he stays around mid packs, I think he's going to be a little bit closer to the pace this time. And he's coming up from a spell, so he's going to be a little bit fresh after 42 days. And the form behind him has some other winners as well, like V Chevalier, Kazi Farazi, Best for You, Drops of God. Was actually third in that race at $151 on his debut. So hasn't found the form just yet, but he hasn't been too off the leaders in some of the races at Sha Tin. So I think he could sneak into the placings or maybe even win in this race. So yeah, horse number 8 with Daniel Moore, Courageous Knight.
Yes, right. Number 8, Courageous Knight, will be jumping from gates 4 so that he can stay in a nice position. I think that he is still learning, still progressing. And last time out, he was quite solid when running 4th. So I will be also looking forward to him. And for me, I'm with Sarah. In this race, I will also go for number 7, Sparky Star, because last time out, ridden by Jerry Chow, it was just too wide when he turned. Although he chased really well, showed a really great turn of foot, but it is too late. And this time, the draw will be slightly better than last time out. He will be jumping from gate 7. So hopefully Joe Morera this time takes the ride. At the beginning, he can stay in a better position so that he can win the race. So I think that there is a good chance for him, especially with Joe Morera on board. So to recap race 7, the final leg of the triple trio, Sarah and I will go for number 7, Sparky Star. For Steve, that is number 1, Nimble Nimbus, and Joe likes number 8, Courageous Knight. So that's all for our triple trio selection. Hope we can hit the jackpot. And let's talk about our best bet on Wednesday at Happy Valley. Sarah, who is your best bet?
My best bet is Exponential in race 6. That's the one horse. I just think he's in such a career best form right now. I mean, he's always making a statement. He's always hitting the board. I just think we're going to see a really nice performance out of, and we get Morera aboard, which I think he's really going to challenge the rest of this field here. So my best bet is the one, Exponential.
Yes, right. Because Joe Morera on Wednesday, he will have 9 rides, and I think that most of them are quite strong. So definitely Exponential is one of his winning hopes. And Steve, how about you? Who is your best bet?
Went for one of my favourites, race number 4, number 2, Party Warrior under Zach Purton. Zach Purton the horse has won twice, and Zach Purton's been aboard for both victories. He's up £8, but he's well drawn again. He obviously meets Flaming Passion again. He's £7, so worse off with that horse. But I don't think Flaming Passion's got quite the scope for progress. And also, he's a horse that gets quite keen in his races. He breaks from gate 9 this time, so he might not get much cover. Whereas Party Warrior, he's an improving horse. He's up £8, but he should be able to be good enough. I think one of his main rivals is possibly seizing the moment at the very bottom under Morera, who's an improving horse. But he can get back in his races a little bit. And there's nothing like an improved horse. And he can well defy the £8 higher mark off a new rating of 74. But hopefully Party Warrior can make it 3 wins.
Yes, Party Warrior is having quite a good recent form, and actually Zach is the best rider for this horse, so I will also be looking forward to him. And Joe, how about you? Do you have any special best bets this time?
Yeah, this is going to be a special combination of a best bet and value bet, because this is going to be a tough race in race number 8. It's a class 3 race over the 1,000, and it's Nervous Witness's race to win again. This race is going to be interesting for the horse that I picked, which is Atomic Force, horse number 3, because he has beaten 2-year-olds in group company. So his last win was a group 2 in France. And he's actually, I think, climatized well in Hong Kong, because he's had some trials, and he's had a win in his first trial, and then 4th, a 3rd, and a 2nd behind some big horses too. One of them was Nervous Witness. So I think that with this race, it is a tricky race because there's the runners in it, and he's a good horse. Nervous Witness, as I mentioned, Special M, who's coming off of an 8th place finish. So I think he's been hyped. Casper Founds just won on a debutante at Charene, I believe, on Saturday with Nakoni County. So it's going to be, or I think it was Happy Valley, but with Vincent Ho, Casper Founds trying to do it again. The handicapper has him at 60 kilos, so he's going to carry a top weight in the class 3. So I think he has a chance to hit the board. I think this debutante in Hong Kong should be able to be thereabouts. So number 3 for me, Casper Founds, trained Atomic Force.
Yes, definitely. Atomic Force is quite an interesting horse. At his juvenile year in Europe, he is having quite a good result over there. But after turning 3-year-old, he is also doing quite well in Hong Kong. So I'm also think that Vincent Ho is quite hungry for a winner. So Atomic Force, ridden by Vincent Ho, number 3 in race 8, will be Joe's best bet. And for my best bet, I will go for Zach Burton again. I like race 3, number 3, Wild West Wing, because this horse will go down to class 4 again. And I think that he is very competitive in this class. He always jumps fast, but so I believe he is still fit and keep it for a long time. But he just can't beat the class 3 rivals because they were too strong. But this time, once he is down in class 4, he go back to his winning trip, 1,000 meters at Happy Valley, and also he will be ridden by Zach Burton, so I will be confident on him. So to recap our best bet, for Sarah, that is race 6, number 1, Exponential. For Steve, that is race 4, number 2, Party Warrior. For Joe, race 8, number 3, Atomic Force will be a each way chance. And for me, race 3, number 3, Wild West Wing. And let's jump to our value bet on Wednesday at Happy Valley. Sarah, who is your value bet?
Mine is in race 5, the 4, Spontaneous. This is another horse who, they jumped him to a class 3 and he just was not performing as best as he could. So when they dropped him back, that's when you really saw this horse become more competitive, more confident in him, really taking this field. But we get Jerry Chow aboard. I think that's really going to show quite a bit. I think Jerry's going to really gear this horse to a successful run here. I think you're going to get great value too, because of just not having the best past races, but racing at that higher level. But I do see him really suitable here. I think the barrier draw sets him up great. Hopefully we get a clean run. He seems to get himself in a little bit of trouble, especially right at the gate. But with Jerry Chow, I'm pretty confident we're going to see this horse perform quite well. So that is the 4, Spontaneous, in race 5.
Yes, right. Spontaneous this time has quite a good value, $14 currently in the Hong Kong market. And I'll also give him one more chance because Jerry Chow on board. I hope that the weight allowance can make him to perform better. And Steve, how about you? Who is your value bet?
I went to race number 2 and went for number 4, Carry the Diamond, under Blake Shin. He's a horse that's generally campaigned over the straight 1,000 metres at Charene. But he's an interesting horse over 1,200. I always think he has stamina doubts. And the last time over the 1,200 at Charene, the gas seemed to empty towards the end. But if you look back earlier in his career, he's ridden some good races over the 1,200 at Happy Valley. And it's interesting that Blake Shin keeps the ride. And of course, being drawn in gate 2, it's also saving energy going round by the rails. It's an interesting race. I think Handsome Rebel's interesting too, because this is his first time that he drops in class to class 5. And although he never seems to win, he always has nice early pace. He's a good horse. And we've also got the likes of One Step Ahead, who is traditionally a slow starter, but it doesn't stop him going close each time. So an interesting race, but hopefully Carry the Diamond and the excellent Blake Shin can get into the frame.
Yes, I also think that Carry the Diamond, number 4 in race 2, yes, he can take advantage of the gate 2 because usually in a class 5 race over a 1,200 meters, usually the horses with good speed will have some good chance. And for Joe's value bet, he just mentioned that race 8, number 3, Atomic Force can be a combination of a best bet and value bet for Joe.
Yeah. Because I looked at the market and he's the second favorite now. He's probably going to get hammered by the time post time comes. He's 5.4, but you're on the place line, you get 2.8, so almost 2 to 1. So that's actually not that bad. So yeah, I'd take Atomic Force on those prices.
Yes, definitely. Atomic Force will be quite an interesting horse on Wednesday. And for me, my value bet will also in race 2. I like the another class dropper, number 1, Handsome Rebel. He will be racing in class 5 for the first time, just like we mentioned that in a class 5 race also, usually the horses with good speed will be more favorable. And also Handsome Rebel, he just had an impressive gallop on Saturday under Karas Teton. So I think that this time Karas Teton will be riding him, jumping from gate 8. He can stay in a good position, maybe just next to Carry the Diamond. And then the pace in race 2 will not be fast, quite slow. So maybe all of them can stay in good position, can also keep till the end. And so for my value bet race 2, number 1, Handsome Rebel. And to recap our value bet, Steve, for Sara, that is race 5, number 2, Spontaneous. For Steve, that is race 2, number 4, Carry the Diamond. For Joe, race 8, number 3, Atomic Force will also have some good value for the place. And for me, I will also have my value bet in race 2, number 1, Handsome Rebel. So that's all for our preview for the triple trio on Wednesday this time, and also our best bet and value bet as well. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for watching. Wish you all the best on Wednesday and stay safe and see you next time. Bye-bye.